Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for coming to the vice presidential debate. Ms. Campbell, Mr. Samuels, I would like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us. By the flip of the coin, Ms. Campbell has won, so we would like to ask her to begin with her opening statement.
Thank you for being here and wanting to listen to us today. I hope you shall think about who you are choosing to vote for, and I would like you to have a good one.
Mr. Samuels?
I would also like to thank everybody for coming out here today, and I hope also that you will listen and discern what you think would be best for this country, and I hope this debate will help you choose who you're going to vote for. I'd also like to thank Ms. Bridget Snower for moderating and for this facility and allowing us to have this debate.
You will each have 3 minutes to answer each question and 2 minutes for rebuttals. First question. In these days of mixed feelings on the Iraq conflict, what are your thoughts concerning this situation? Would you leave troops there or pull our U.S. troops out? If pulling out, what would be your timetable? Mr. Samuels.
I don't think we should pull out right now. The last thing we need to show the countries that are clearly our enemies and are waiting for a sign of weakness is that when we're so close to victory, we're going to pull out, which is waving a white flag of surrender and showing them that after all these years, we're just going to give up. And we're very close to victory right now, and right now this is not what we need to do. We need to stay in Iraq and not leave to leave our country in a bad position, and also leaving Iraq, which has been attacked several times by Afghanistan, and also in a bad position right now as they're weak and not in a strong political state. And so we need to stay in Iraq and help them and also help ourselves by doing so.
We believe that we should take our troops out of Iraq and bring them home in 1 year, which would allow the citizens there to adjust to running their own country. To bring them home, we believe that we should bring them home because we've had enough years of fighting. As my running mate, Hope Cassidy, has said, that we need to bring them home to their children, their husbands, their wives, their parents, and their friends and families. I believe we should take them out of Iraq, and that Iraq should be allowed to run its own country.
Let's move on to Iran and Pakistan. What's the greater threat, a nuclear Iran or unstable Pakistan? Explain why.
I believe that Iran is a bigger threat because the leader wants to destroy Israel, which would then involve the USA in the war. And having nuclear weapons, they could destroy us. And it would be awful. A huge crisis.
Mr. Samuels.
I also believe that Iran is a great threat, and they do pose a nuclear threat to America, and they have made clear that they do not respect or care for the Americans at all. So we do need to be concerned about Iran and what they intend to do with all the nuclear energy. They also are, as my opponent has said, planning to destroy Israel, which is one of our greatest allies. And we definitely have to help Israel. We have to be there and have people standing by to help Israel if Iran does attack. And I think that's definitely what we need to do.
I think we would all agree that the U.S. is a melting pot. With us being so accepting of all people and considering our current economy, do you think it would be a good idea to close our borders? If not, would you come up with new guidelines to pick and choose who comes in? Mr. Samuels.
I wouldn't say close our borders. We need to strengthen our borders, and we need to fix our immigration problems, and we need to not repel people, but we need to protect ourselves by enforcing working immigration laws. We also, this country was founded on immigrants. Illegal immigrants do but we don't want to discourage people who still, we need to show people that America is still the great land it once was. We need to get America back to that point, and we need to show them that we are a place of hope and opportunity, and that we welcome immigrants to come here legally, and to come here and live the American dream just as we all are right now.
Ms. Campbell?
I do agree that we need to strengthen our borders to prevent illegal immigration, and we need to encourage those to come here legally, and that we want America to be the dreamland that it is, and it should be. So I do agree with him that we should strengthen our borders to keep people from coming in illegally, and that we should look more into the people, screening the people who enter our country better. We should still allow people to enter, but we need to strengthen borders, but not cut them completely.
With our economy being in such bad shape, what would you do to make it easier for the average family?
We would provide health care and education and a fair tax plan. And this takes the burdens off the average family. The fair tax plan would have them paying the same percentage as a wealthier person who can make more. And we can provide education for those who cannot afford it, and health care for those who cannot afford it, and insurance to pay for it.
Mrs. Samuels?
Right now, and that we are obviously in a great economic crisis, the last thing we want to do is raise taxes at all, and that's exactly what a CASI association would do. Right now, we need to cut taxes. There is no room to raise taxes for new programs. That would hurt us in the long run. We need to cut taxes now and help the middle class. We don't need to raise taxes on anybody, which means that there shouldn't be a flat rate tax right now, because it makes everybody's taxes the same in the name of fairness, which means that the richer people would be paying less when Hope Cassidy would raise taxes, and the lower class and middle class people would be paying more, which would completely destroy their financial situation. When people today are struggling to buy groceries each week, the last thing we need to do, as I said before, is raise taxes. And with our economic crisis, we also need to help people, but not completely take over their lives. We have government programs which are useless, founded in the 1930s, that are doing nothing, but you're paying more than $8 million each year to pay for that. And if we cut that, we would be receiving billions of dollars in under 5 years, which, giving back to the people, would help our economy, and it would help us get out of the situation. And we would also, of course, cut taxes, which is exactly what America